payday
Greg,
for life right
where the
now.
fuck is Greg? Is Greg in there?
Can we just put Jim in?
Greg! Fuck
Okay.
See if Greg is there.
Greg. Oh yeah.
Is Greg in there or is he peeing?
You guys aren't working hard tonight.
What's up?
Hey, Brett said he would use you and trim on the paper on the thing tonight.
Yeah.
Wait, Greg's not
This
here?
morning, we did the his show this morning.
You're on.
What's your show? Who are you?
That's Orange Cassidy.
We're on, they said we're
Orange Cassidy.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Orange Cassidy.
I've heard your name. I don't know who you are, but I know who you are. I mean, I know you. I know who you are. I know of you.
I don't know
Huh?
I don't wrestle.
Is he not?
Who's having a hard time?
Get him in here. We're fucking working.
Ed, have.
Ed, yeah, grab fucking Greg.
Beretta.
Got him.
You remember Ego? He kind of always reminded me of Ego.
Greg Murray,
Hey,
sure.
Yeah, they're both
fantastic.
kind of ugly.
He's a fantastic guy, that kid.
Well, you know, Quack made him put his mask back on because he was ugly. Like he legit took it off at Ring of Honor, came back to Chikara, and Quack was like, "Where,
Gabe took his hood off.
Yeah,
and-
but do
and
you
Quack
remember
made him
Quack?
put it back
Quack
on.
told him we're a PG company.
Where's Brett?
You can't scare the kids. Put your mask back on. Those McGuckins are not good-looking men.
Where's Trent? Trent ready? Is he ready?
Some of his keys were over there.
They said we're rolling.
We're on now.
We're on
The
now,
lights are
so
red,
we can
but-
do whatever the fuck we want. To be honest with you, Tracy.
Hey, roll time.
I think he might be freaking out. somewhere.
What
He
happened?
might went back down to the room maybe.
Is he not here?
He's not in there. He's not in the hallway.
Did you really piss him off?
Maybe. Because he was.
Do we have to edit this out again?
Yes.
Maybe.
That was rough.
No, it wasn't. It was fun.
If Jim, you know me, I don't give a fuck about a lot of things. But if I say we gotta edit
He
it,
wasn't explaining himself correctly.
no, he wasn't, because he was saying
It was fine.
he didn't
Yeah,
understand.
He's not in the hallway.
Let's not talk about it. Let's just break it. Let's
Yeah.
No, let's talk about it.
Yep. All right, Stone Cold.
Did you guys do Bill Carr on yours? Yeah. I said
Oh,
Bill Carr
multiple
should
times.
join
I
us.
ain't in that big. I mean, if he's not ready, I ain't in that big a hurry. I can wait if he, you know what I mean, needs.
No, I get it, Tracy, but it's the professionalism of it.
No, let's. Jim, come in here.
Yeah, you're in. Orange Cassidy's in.
Are you going to Joey Janela's thing tonight?
Oh yeah. But I mean,
All right,
listen.
Here we go.
If he needs 10 minutes or so, you know how it is. You don't know what's going on with somebody. I'm just telling you. So
Well, no, if it's that.
where's Trent?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
He'll come back when he comes back. Hello. This is Poppin'
with
Dogs and Talking Hogs with Dustin and
I'm Greg.
Greg. We have Tracy Smothers. We have Eddie Kingston. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing?
I'm good. You good, Tracy?
Tired. Tired. Man.
Tracy, you have to go to a show here in a minute.
Yeah. What's it called?
Joey Janela.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Spring break thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You
Clusterfuck.
gave me that big thing. Yeah. You ever did one of those before?
No, I haven't, and that's what's fun. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a lot of fun. So yeah.
Tracy, you gonna stiff somebody with that backhand?
I don't know. You know, it's a battle royal, and you know
So
and
what?
they
These
do
kids are
and
young.
do.
They need to pay their dues. Fucking whack them one.
You just go there to see how kind of, you know, like the business is different so much. But New York City, I was, you know, this town's crazy, man. this town
right.
never sleeps, and it ain't as rough and mean like it used to be, dude. But it still is bad, dude. But it used to be, you know.
This is a nice hotel, huh?
What was the? Oh, okay, good.
Well, you know, it's been here a while. You know what I mean?
This one?
Yeah.
Tracy, what was your first time
I
wrestling?
think so.
Yeah.
But I mean, first time
Wrestling in New York City, in the city.
I wrestled. I worked Triple H. He wasn't called Triple H. He was Hunter Hearst Helm, whatever.
Yeah.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I worked with him in '96 in Madison Square Garden, and he was getting ready to get his big pushback after he had the heat with the Click and the whole deal. And it was going to be a competitive match. We were going to have it on right. They were going to have it on right before intermission, and they put it on after intermission. They changed it and they did a thing there with Austin to cause Sid to get beat by Vader. but just to get Austin over because he was coming back with Brett in the Garden a few months later. You know what I mean? That was kind of his
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
Yeah.
They knew that house show wasn't going to do the best and that, and we were going to be in a position right under, but they moved it to there, and then they wanted Triple H strong because he was getting it. Whatever happened that day, Vince was there, and he got his push.
Was that, you
know what I mean? Because he worked. He had to go over stout on me and strong on me.
Freddie Joe Floyd then?
Yeah. You know, but you were told that dude we had stuff worked out, and he was gonna make me look good. Till fall finish and catch me with a pedigree out of nowhere right before intermission, Madison Square Garden. You think, wow, and he was on it to do it because he was to get his win, dude. But plans changed. They did that. They moved. Vader, it was a lumberjack match, Vader, and I was in it, Vader and Sid in the Garden. You know what I mean? And Austin calls him loose, strong.
Nice.
You know what I mean? You know, because he's coming back on top with Bret Hart in Survivor Series. Yeah. They ain't worked it out yet, but they're in the progress. But I think they worked as soon as he started, and that's where Austin got made. You know. Yeah. And you know, I remember being in the ring with him. I don't mean to get on the road talking.
Keep going. Keep going.
Tracy
man.
Smothers can do whatever the fuck he wants.
How many times you wrestled in the Madison Square Garden?
Once.
That's it.
Me.
Just that one.
That's awesome.
I was getting a lot of near falls and and that, and I could go and get upset and beat him. Him catch me out of nowhere, and that's how I do that.
How long did he give you?
And I'd worked with him. I'd worked with him on a Superstars taping and a Raw. Something involved with Kurt Hennig. Remember him? He was great, man. He was on, to be in the ring, and Triple. Listen, Hunter was a stud, man. He was on top before he ever was Stephanie. He probably in the same position. Hey, all right, right on. Yes, thank you.
Talking about working Hunter Hearst Humley's on Raw, man.
Oh, yeah. He was Hunter was a stud, brother. He was. I'm telling you, he was blue blood, New Hampshire. You know what I mean? The bloodline, and the real proper and everything. And he's probably the only guy that could be with her. And that's not. I ain't kissing his ass at all.
And he could work, but like back
Van Dam hit him with that splash off the top of the elimination chamber.
Oh,
His
yeah.
knee come on his throat. He went 15 minutes after that. Come on. Yeah. That says it all, doesn't it? The heart of a wrestler.
When he tore his quad or whatever, and then
no matter if he had your business with him, that dude when he finished the match, tore his quad. He probably stretched because he's trying to run everything in the back. You don't know what that is.
He just did his chest too recently. He tore his chest and wrestled 20 minutes.
Yeah. It kept going. Yeah, and that big. But that's here. But
how long did you do Freddie Joe? How long was that?
About a year. A year. I was there a year. Gone and point to point. But anyway, I was there, and Steve, great worker. Steve, I worked with him as a heel in Atlanta, guys. He was they don't even know. You ever see matches he had with Ricky Steamboat?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. He works his ass off. Yeah.
God,
what's crazy? He was like 3 years in, maybe.
Yeah,
it was the fastest.
He started in '89.
His whole career was like 12 years or something like that.
He was 4.
But he was on top.
Isn't that fucking
But
nuts?
when he was on top, it was so big.
I've been wrestling longer than Stone Cold ever did. Isn't that fucking nuts?
Did you go to college too?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Remember how quick he was when he would wrestle Steamboat? Like how fast he would go.
The tag matches they had with
Pillman against Douglas and Steamboat.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the first tag match, Tracy, that I watched. And as a kid, it was Clash of Champions, I think. As a kid, I sat there and watched it and went, I didn't know why it was a great match, but I just remember being like, this is a great pro wrestling match.
Hey, it's on YouTube. You can look it up. I'm working Austin TV title match in WCW 1991, and he went through all the single and babyface underneath. Work with Dustin. They do good false finishes. He was a great worker. You saw him in Tennessee, and he just was motivated and dedicated. And one of the biggest draws of all time. Yeah. I got to work with him when he started talking about Brett. And that gets him instantly over because Brett was so over, you know what I mean? And I got to work with him when he did on the mic. I tell you, just like, whoa, this is money. You knew
He's
this
so
was
good.
Yeah. And of course, what happened? Everything history. Dude. Another Rikishi when he had it again, you knew it was going to work and make him money.
Man, have you seen Jacob Fatu?
How long were you there?
Not. I was like total 5 years, but some was just developmental. I was barely there. I was a baby too.
You were all in all the developmental camps.
I was in FCW only.
Just that one only. Yeah. Tom Pritchard.
Yeah,
That's
I
good
love
review,
Dr.
right?
Tom,
Yes,
man.
yes.
I was so sad when they got rid of him.
Isn't that crazy?
I still am sad.
How can you
about it.
fire Arn Anderson? Can anybody fucking give me some help here? How in God's name could you fire Arn Anderson? But,
He's one of the.
How do you not have a gig?
I gotta
How-
take a
how do
drink
you
of
not
beer on that.
have a fucking gig.
In all honesty, Tracy, yeah.
I don't-
How
I
do you
don't-
not have one? How are you not agenting or
You know why?
working backstage?
Hey, you know why? What's that light blue? I'm kind of colorblind. What is that? What's color that wall?
Teal.
What's color that wall?
Gray?
Gray, like grayish.
That's blue.
Okay. All right, Vince comes in and says, "Hey, Tracy, it's a nice black wall." I'm saying, "That thing's gray or blue. I don't know what the fuck it is." But it's something else. And you know who told me that? And I thought it was the best piece of advice I ever heard was Bill Eadie, Mass Superstar, Demolition Axe.
Yeah.
Good guy, good man, good person. And he told me, and I thought that's the coolest thing I ever heard. You know, but
Yeah, you're a thug. You're a thug, Tracy.
but it's
An actual regular human. Oh.
No, he's a thug. Tracy's a thug.
What-
and
what-
outlaw.
what-
Tell me the acronym. What do we got?
I
What's the
actually,
T? What's the T?
I actually forgot. Can you tell me? Can you
T
tell
is
me?
for terrible, H is for hell,
What is it?
U is for ugly, and G is for jail because a thug can't spell.
Thug.
I want that shirt. I want that shirt, man.
well,
Yeah, I had that shirt,
I'm
Tracy,
gonna tell you
and I
this. I don't know what y'all show or what the hell y'all doing here, but I know this.
We don't know either.
That ain't nothing to do with wrestling. All right, okay. That ain't nothing to do. It was way before wrestling. I was 15 years in when I was with the name and did it with White Boy and Cornette did. Jimmy did. He didn't tell
Smoky
me.
Mountain.
He just called us the Thugs, and then I didn't get permission from them guys. They were fucking mad. And I'm shooting. I'm not kidding you either. I'm not kidding you. Listen, the names of these guys was they were great athletes. Every one of them been great for this business because a lot of them were good athletes and tough guys and just crazy, man. You know. But when you got guys that you're running around with and they're from the top, Pepe, Stud, Cockbite, Jambo, Wild Dog, Snoopy, all right, yeah, Blockhead, you know what I mean? You know, Beano, you know why they called him Beano? Because he was born and said there would be no more. and then they had another one, a daughter, and he named her Gin. You know why he named her Gin? Because that's his favorite choice of beverage. Yeah.
I had that shirt and I miss it every day.
I want that shirt.
Chart, you know, Wild Dog,
Yeah, I want to tell
Snoopy.
I saw-
Snoopy had a major win.
yesterday I saw Tracy at the show and he was talking to Sue Young. You were talking to her, calling your match. I came up and said, "Hey, what's up, Tracy?" And he goes, "Oh, hey, man, Chuck." And he turned to Sue and he goes, "This is my son. This is my son. This is my son, Chuck Taylor."
For Ian. Yeah.
Wait, you
Yeah, we
guys,
did that at Coliseum.
you guys did a thing when you were.
Yeah.
Wait, CCW, we're talking about?
He cut a promo and he goes, "Chuck, where are you from? You from Kentucky?" I go, yeah. He goes, "From down there near Paducah, right?"
Yeah.
I go, yeah. He goes, "Man, I spent a lot of time down there. I might be your father."
I did spend a lot of time. I did. That's scary.
A lot of
too.
good times, a lot of good times in Paducah.
That's scary.
What
too.
was Baby Chuck like? What was he like as a child?
Listen,
Is that
him and Ricochet
17?
used to come to the Coliseum every Wednesday.
Yeah.
This was CCW, folks, in what was it?
Evansville, Indiana.
Yeah.
When you
2
were,
years straight,
Yeah.
every Wednesday.
Yeah, when
And-
you would start breaking in for us, it
I think
was,
these are Jerry's.
Yeah, Ian was booking it
for
for
us. It was go there,
I'll give him.
do CCW on a Wednesday.
Yep.
On a Thursday, maybe HWA or something.
Oh, you
Or
yeah,
Ian.
yeah, yeah.
or Ian, and then Friday, Saturday. was
HWA
that-
was Tuesday.
Tuesday, yes.
And Wednesday was
HWA in Ohio,
Yeah.
and then you would go to CCW. Then you would do 2 shots for Ian, and then drive home or do whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
But that's how you
Yeah.
broke
we
in,
did.
and that's how you would go. Yeah.
Hey, you guys ever seen any matches of Eddie and
No.
Necro Butcher?
Yeah, they suck.
Necro Butcher, good God, hey, brother, they have to helicopter me out of the damn building. So, my God, you know, I mean, they beat each other up. You guys don't understand that. The basic, listen, these guys know this because they've been in our business. So it's what people, the ones, everybody in here probably took a bump in the ring, right? All right. Well, that basic bump you take in the middle of a ring, a flat back ring, that's 25 to 35 mile an hour car wreck
Yeah.
for hitting you from behind. Think about that.
And what are we doing every
Never
day?
thought
know
about
what's
it that
as-
way. I
Hey,
wouldn't
think
think
about,
about it.
I'm sorry. You know what's as hard on you as any of that? Is Mikey here? Mikey left?
Mikey,
Mikey
left.
left.
Right.
Mike and Jerry left.
Yeah. Damn. I wish they were here talking with me. But you know what I mean. Yeah. I love those guys. You know, times your life, you'll always remember. You know, but I lost my train of thought. Son of a bitch.
You're talking about every time you bump is like a car. accident.
hitting you behind. Now think about the other top bumps. We could be in the 40s, 50s, 60s, maybe
Jesus
around 100.
Christ, like
what
a
about
top-
on the floor?
We don't.
What
talk
about diving
this.
on the floor and nobody catches you? That's why I'm doing it no more.
You used to be a big dive guy.
You know what I remember? You know what I remember about IWA Mid-South, Tracy?
What?
One of my first favorite memories was me and my partner Blackjack Marciano. We wrestled you and Chris Hamrick.
BJM.
Yeah.
And Chris Hero, the advice he gave me was, "Hey, if anything, do not call Tracy an old man." I said, "Okay, yeah, of course not." You called the spot to me in the ring. You said,
call you one.
You said, "Spit on me, call me an old man."
Sorry.
I go like this. No.
Teeth tells
Yeah,
you.
through the
I
teeth,
like
through
that.
the teeth. I go out loud, not through the teeth, because now I'm nervous. I go, "No." He goes, "Come on, kid, fucking do it." "No, fucking spit on me, kid." So I spit on him, but it was real shitty spit. You go, "Again, call me an old man." I said, "No." You're like,
Imagine
"Do it."
watching this.
Oh, dude, I'm in the middle.
You just spit on him and you go.
I spit. No. So I finally do it. I spit on you, then I call you an old man. And I wish people could see the fire in your eyes when I said it.
It's real fighting you.
Yeah, I said, "Come on, old man," and your eyes, and I went, "Fuck!" And you backhanded me. I saw a white light, and I went, "Yep, we're here now."
Did he give you a
this.
Tracy's mother?
He went a Tracy. That's what we call that, right? That.
This-
when
yeah.
we go with guys in the ring, and we're like, "Hey
That's
man,
the
I'm gonna
Tracy.
give you the Tracy Smothers." They're like.
And then
Badass.
Listen,
Dude, Tracy would turn this shit on, man. When you turned it on, it was the best.
well,
I've
that,
seen
that
him do it,
night,
yeah.
I remember this. I do, because this is business, and these guys understand where I'm at. I had to work. We had 4 tag matches.
Yeah, because that was the tournament.
And they were the first of it, and he wanted to do more, and he was hungry, and he was disappointed he couldn't do it. And I said, "Look,
Well,
I said,
I didn't
you
know
I
how to work.
I had to work 4 times that night, and I knew it. I was in my 40s then.
Yeah.
I was 40.
But you were
I'm
also
26
still going.
plus 30.
Yeah, but Trey, you know what?
What I mean is the wear and tear. You're 32. You're feeling it more. You're 32. You're 32.
37, man.
You guys don't. I don't mean to dominate and talk that, but our business is sacred, and the ones that had never done it, I would deliver and I get whatever they talk shit. I made money tips and doing it. They ask me questions you wouldn't believe. People regularly. You got wrestling? I go, yeah, and they says that shit's all fake, or that's all fake. It don't matter if it's a redneck. You know how it is. And I go, yep, that limp I got's fake too. That's what I always say every time. I go, every bit of it's fake. I promise.
So you were 40 years old at that time, Tracy? 40 something?
47.
Yeah, let me tell you something though. I wish people were back in the locker room when you were at that time when I was first breaking in and you were 47 and Chuck knows what I'm
Oh
talking
no!
about.
Before that, but I was about 43, 45.
44. Yeah, but you would
45,
you would go in the back and they're like, "All right, Tracy, you're up next," and you're shadow boxing before you go out there, and all the young guys are like this.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
'Cause you were still moving and throwing kicks, and then you would go out there do your little dance. But when you were ready to go, you were fucking going with everybody, Tracy. Don't put yourself. Don't play it down.
In the ring with him, the ref would fuck something up, and he would go, motherfucking. Like he would get so. I would hear him.
I mean,
pierce
you're
through his
intense
teeth.
when you're out there.
Yes,
right?
yes,
You're
yes.
intense. I mean,
Tracy,
guys
you
know
were
where
turning
I'm
on.
at. Intense,
And I was like feeding.
You're
like,
taught
I was
emotion.
Like,
Emotion.
Yeah.
He's like that
You know what I
fucking
mean?
piece of shit.
I tell everybody the first veteran to take me under his wing was you.
It was him, man.
Yeah, you were
man, I
you
wish I
took
was
All
there.
those Ian guys owe you so much.
so much. Yeah, like
Us,
Pong.
Oh, a lot of guys
Punk,
come through
Cabana,
Ian's. A lot of guys come through
Hero.
Ian's, man.
Yeah, but you were also there, Tracy.
Yeah,
like,
but a lot of guys
helping
like
us.
but you like going there because you knew the crew was going to be.
Oh, we're gonna work
and the
hard,
guys
yeah.
coming from all over, and it was nothing to be in his dressing room with Punk, Cabana, AJ,
Hero,
Hero,
yeah.
Joe,
Ace Steel.
you know, he went and worked for him, and Ian didn't know him, but once he saw him dead, he made him champion quick, right?
Yeah.
Pretty quick, and put him with big name guys, and you got wins over him, and you got experience, and am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? I mean,
I
he would
owe
do
Ian
that.
a lot.
His champion would do, and I didn't do put it in the word. He went. You went down to around Metropolis, down there.
Metropolis is a real city?
Yeah. I don't know.
They have a big
Metropolis, Illinois,
Superman
Superman.
statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've wrestled the Superman Festival, and it rained like crazy, man. I wrestled George Wintergraw.
Wait, the Superman city takes after. It's supposed to be the real one?
Blind, he did this.
It's actually the only metropolis in America. Somehow, strangely,
it's real deal.
It's a
Look it up.
shitty
But the Superman one is like supposed to be a different fake one.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Southern Illinois has a metropolis, and they have a giant Superman statue.
Yeah.
It's like across the bridge from Paducah.
Chuck, you're not from Paducah. Where are you from?
I'm from Murray.
Yeah,
Murray State Racers.
College. I didn't know that. I thought you were from Paducah.
Hey, Chuck, we know,
Ricochet's from
Hey,
Paducah.
did you go to college?
right.
I went to college at Murray State.
and we know who didn't go not knowing about Metropolis.
Hey, listen.
I
These
went.
guys worked at Evansville every Wednesday.
I just don't have to talk
Chuck
about it.
and Ricochet worked there in Evansville every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, and
that's
Chuck
a
Taylor was
classic
the
building.
base of bases, I remember.
Well,
Little
still
fucking
is.
Ricochet running
when you
around.
get to do that at that young age, they were 17 years old. All right, they got to do that because they have a different match because they're in that building 4 times a month. Mm-hmm. All right, and that building's
That's
seen
great.
it all. And the Coliseum, the money wasn't good.
No.
It wasn't. But what
It's a
it
gorgeous
was,
building,
what-
though.
yeah, and what it was its connections. It was always Wednesday in the middle, your first of the week, and you know what I mean. You know, and
That's how I got to IWA Deep
Sell
South.
gimmicks
That's
a
how I
little
got
bit.
to
Yeah.
for Ian. That's how I got to Chikara. That's how I
Yeah.
got.
Every
Well, that's
Wednesday,
how it
him and
started.
Ricochet for 2 years were there, and they had a falling
real?
out, and the place
Every
killed it.
Yeah.
It
Every
killed when you
Wednesday.
and Ricochet left. It never was the same.
While I was
Not
in
that
college,
bothering nobody, but
I
whatever
would
happened.
leave class and go straight to. Well, I would go to Paducah to pick up Trevor, and then I would go.
Didn't you train him?
Yeah,
Aren't you his trainer, like trainer?
Lone Star helped them a lot.
Lone Star.
And he was
And
a hell of a
Penelope.
worker. The Lone Star
Lone
played
Star was
football
great.
in
He was
Kentucky.
good,
Yeah,
man.
he was a beast. He
big boy.
was real high on both of
work.
those boys, him and Ricochet.
But yeah, Tracy, we
I
gotta
didn't-
start putting you over still because I don't
I
think
want to tell my favorite Tracy
All right.
Smothers story.
Yeah,
I have
please,
two.
please.
I remember Evansville, Indiana, the Coliseum. This is 2 weeks after 9/11. Tracy Smothers comes out on the mic and he goes, "I wish Osama bin Laden would have flown those planes into this build right here." and then a few weeks later,
Fuck it, man.
a few weeks later, he came out on the mic and he goes, "All right, my best friend Saddam Hussein is gonna pick me up on the roof of this building in a helicopter, so I don't have to set foot in this building."
For God's sake.
How about when Tracy would tell people, if you chant "Go Chris Go" one more time, I'm gonna commit mass homicide.
Ultra Mega Mass Homicide.
Oh, Ultra,
Ultra Mega
yeah.
Mass Homicide. That's his shirt, man.
Hey, last night I had a lot of fun. That penis.
Yes,
penis
everybody.
party.
I worked Sue Young, and I watched the first couple matches was like maybe a 6-man, and maybe like and maybe like a 6-way thing with a lot of big moves and stuff. And look, I'm gonna do that. You kidding me? You know, right?
Yeah.
So Sue was asking. I said, "What all can you do?" I had her just tell me what she could do, and I really just put together the finish and call the rest out there because I didn't know what the people were going to react. But they've seen a lot of big stuff in that dude. But you see a lot of guys working girls nowadays, and they just do like it's another match. But I thought do it a little different. And I on the mic I call them Manhattan meatheads or something, and and just but I said I'll tell you one thing. I said I'll travel all over the world, and I said this area right here in New York City is the asshole of the world. Asshole of the world. I said you go 20 miles up in this motherfucker, it takes 4 hours. A lot of money from New York and everything, right? And, they come from all the world, but they've had to travel here and they've been in the traffic, right? I mean, it's crazy. I Tommy Dreamer. I see Dreamer. I'll go off track. So I see him today, and I says, Tommy. I said, you had a short trip today, and I'm thinking like heading down south. I knew he wasn't, within a 20-mile radius.
He's
And
in
he goes,
Westchester,
yeah. And yep. All right, I don't know that you, of course, know. And he says it was 16 miles in Tracy Smothers. Took me 3 hours.
It took me 3 hours. That's my Tommy Dreamer impression, guys. Pretty good.
Another one I remember, another story about Tracy Smothers.
That's
I wish
hard on
people,
you, though. You know how that
Yes.
is.
people need to see this. Tracy, do you remember there was a brawl, I
People
think,
don't understand that,
between
do they? They don't understand that.
you and Bobby Eaton at IWA Midtown?
Yeah.
Oh, where the girl with the titties hit you with the
Yes.
barbed wire bat.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes!
Pregnant.
Pregnant! She was pregnant? These are the people in the
I didn't know she
audience.
was pregnant.
Yeah, no, she was
Yeah,
pregnant.
she was pregnant.
Big old
you ever
titties
seen
flapping everywhere.
A
Because they
bar-
were filled with milk.
An
'cause she was
aluminum
pregnant.
bat wrapped in barbed wire. She
Milk
starts.
in there?
Yeah.
Oh, milk?
So, but you went like, he goes like this to her. She's like, I hit him. He goes, I forgot it.
Yeah.
But my favorite part is this. I learned this from you. I've started doing this with referees and other guys when they're breaking it up.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'll stop. Wham! And he started hitting them again. And he started fighting them. And then he went after Bobby. Then he stops again and he goes, I'm sorry. It won't happen again. You walk away. Then you turn around. I got you. And you start
But
fighting.
do
again.
you understand who I was
hit you
working?
with
I
a
was.
bat.
You guys, do you guys know who Bobby Eaton is?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
In his
If they
prime?
don't get the fuck out of the room.
Yeah. Do you understand? I'm doing that doing me as healing to do. Do you know how much heat I got and how he was sold for me?
Dog.
And made
Yeah,
me
but
look,
you
you know
got
what I
so
mean?
much-
You know,
yeah.
we were doing that, fight back and doing but you know.
You
Bobby-
got so much heat though that a pregnant woman grabbed a barbed wire baseball
With her
bat
boobies hanging
with
out.
her tits hanging
her
out
boobies hanging out.
and hit you.
She was a beast. She was a fucking Amazon, man. I mean, I'm telling you.
She
was a
hit you and you
fitness
just-
girl trained, and her boyfriend made
And
a move.
MMA.
Made a move. Yeah.
Yeah, I
her
remember. Oh, you
boyfriend-
punched him right in the
No,
face.
well, maybe I did. I don't know, but I know who took care of it was Jay Bradley. You guys remember
Oh,
Brad
yeah,
Bradley?
Jay, yeah.
Brad Bradley,
Brad J.
Big Brad. He was Brad Bradley. Punk
yeah.
Cabana. Them boys trained him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He ran with them, and he was younger than them. And I'd worked with him in the ring a few times. Brad beat the fuck out of that guy. I mean, he stomped his ass. I was like full just crowd. You know how it is. You're in a riot, man. I mean, practically. You know,
Yeah, they don't get that
and,
now.
and they don't know. Yeah, and I did that, and didn't. And Brad, God, he stomped that guy's ass, man. I mean, quick, and he was gonna kill him. And I went and grabbed him. Oh God, Brad, you're gonna kill him. Get off of him. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah,
I didn't
laying
want.
on the floor.
And that, you went totally that dude, and he was
You
gone.
ever get in a situation where you had to a fan ran in one of your matches
Fuck
and you had to
yeah.
beat him
Oh
up?
yeah.
Oh, the
Fuck
heat,
yeah.
the heat
Oh,
Tracy
for
was
fuck,
in, yeah.
I have a
Fuck
bunch of
yeah.
tapes of you
I've been-
fighting fans.
Yeah,
I have a
the heat you would get just standing in the ring cutting promos before the
You-
match. They wanted to fucking kill you.
And you would hit him? I don't know how to punch
If they
you.
came
Try
in,
to,
maybe.
I was trying to survive. Is
No,
what
man,
I
you
try
just-
to
you
do.
just-
You know, that's what
it's
I
fight or
just say it
flight
like
time.
that. I don't know what else to say.
It's fight or flight,
You know,
right, Tracy? You either run away
I
or
turned
fight
heel
your
on
life.
Jimmy Valiant. I just got let go in WCW. They're chanting reject, all that dude, and all that. You know, National Guard Armory in Lebanon or something, Kentucky. Frank, I'll think of it. God, Kentucky. All right, it's
Be
Kentucky.
careful with Kentucky, all
Yeah,
right? All right,
yeah.
let's be nice.
Jimmy Valiant. Do you guys remember handsome Jimmy Valiant? He used to be over in this business. 1992, his run was up with Crockett.
Yeah.
All right, but he was a top guy. He drew money. He was big. You know what I mean? He's right there with Dusty. You know what I mean? And I'm working him, and they did a thing where it was Boogie's idea and how to turn, and had me turn on Boogie. Right supposed to come back, we didn't get to. Well, and they did that, and I did something, did a run in, and did something like did this to go hold it right there, and I sucker punched Boogie. When I did that, 350 people. I mean, the heat, and you get out of the building. You're in Kentucky. It's not the best security here. It's believe me. All right, you know what I mean. And
Chuck,
when you
how do
do
you
that
feel
to
about
Jimmy
that?
Valiant, and you do that,
He's
and
right.
dude, I was in a National Guard Armory, and I knew I was going to have heat, and I parked my car back there with all them damn tanks and all them bullets, all them other weapons they got back there. And I told them, I said, y'all gonna have to get me out of this building right here and do it. If I turn on him, I'll do it. And I got extra money. They took care of me better, and but I lost my pictures right there. I had to get out of the building. I had to get out of the building. I come out of the ring, and I went to get on the mic and just give them hell, right? They go, there's your boy Boogie. Before I did, it was one of them things where you ever see a movie go, ah, you know, like that. And you're like, fuck, you know, it took off. And I tell you what, it's on tape. A bitch, the old lady, man. Another dangerous ones. The old people will cut you. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
No, you're right, you're
They don't
right.
give a
Yeah, down
fuck.
south.
You guys both knew that?
Down south,
Yeah.
down south, they don't give no fucks.
I didn't know.
I've had multiple
Where you
knives
from?
pulled on me.
Where are you from?
Long Island, New York.
Oh, yeah, all right.
The old people are
yeah.
sweet and nice.
I had
Oh
some
man,
people,
no. This lady, she swung a chair and she popped me in the elbow. She got me. I saw it back on tape, and that old mean bitch, she got me good, man. But they were coming, you know, the whole crowd, and you got that Jimmy Valiant was
That's
that over, and the way he sold it,
Yeah, Boogie
just that
Woogie Man,
punch,
yeah.
and he went
Well, the
down
way
like
he
he'd been
sold it, like
shot,
he was dead, yeah,
like
right?
he was been shot, and I got to go. That's your boy, Boogie. I didn't get it out of my mouth, and they all come after me, and I like went boom. And I fought my way to the dressing room.
my God.
I was nailing people, punching, whatever I was doing, kicking, kneeling, whatever, just trying to crawl in, whatever I could do to get out of there, because the people were, and that bitch got me right when I got up and almost got in the dressing room. I thought I was out. It got me all surprised. See my elbow?
Oh my God. She did
Oh,
it.
Jesus Christ. Oh, no.
What happened?
Well,
She did it. He didn't just hear it.
Yeah, but like, if you look at it,
I had done it.
I know he
I
showed
had
it
done it,
before.
but it got a lot worse. I heard it bad. It was bad. It was my bad. You know how the wrestler's elbow? You ever hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did it. Bob Orton Jr. You guys know who he is?
Yeah.
So Singapore, I worked with him, and I
Some of the
wanted to
most
sell
famous
his. You know how he
wrestlers
would do that? Yeah. You know how
No,
he do
the
that
elbow
elbow?
drop. Yeah.
And he had me on the steps, and I want to sell it big, and I went back there and I hit my elbow originally.
did you tear your tricep? Is that what
Oh, I
that is?
tore tricep from the bone.
Never got it
detached
fixed, huh?
Never got it. It kept working. That's what people
That's what we
understand
do.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I got surgery.
I'm working with Bob Orton Jr. I want to, you know what I mean? I want to make it look. Bob is great, you know, and you respect him so much, you know, and you just want to make each other look good, and that, and then a few months later, that bitch got me with that chair.
Look at that. It's got a fold.
Yeah, she popped. I mean, just bam, and the point of it hit me. You know what I mean? When you don't expect it.
You
That's
talk about
the
down
thing.
south. You remember our first trip, NWA
No,
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Someone
I
pulled the
understand.
knife out on me and Blackjack. And because of that, and then I just got into a fight with somebody in Chicago because the fan slapped me in the face.
Do you remember,
So I went over the guardrail.
Remember the fan tried to hit the ring and Gypsy Joe came out with the shovel?
Yeah.
Gypsy Joe.
And NWA Tennessee, and then Gypsy Joe started
Joe ran there with a fucking
playing
shovel.
guitar with him.
That show where Gypsy Joe and New Jack.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
I was on you did Columbia, right?
Yeah.
Columbia,
Yeah.
Tennessee. I was on the other show. I was on. There were two shows in Columbia, Tennessee. I was on the other one
Yeah.
that night where,
I know who
where
you're talking
Gypsy
about.
Joe
I can't
fought
think, I'm sorry.
New Jack.
you're
man.
good.
Oh, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Were you on that show?
No, I was not. I was somewhere else in the area, and I don't need to do. I've got to work tonight.
Thank you, though. I did two. That's all I need to do. I don't need to go three.
You're not digging tonight, Casey. You're not getting
I can't do that, man. I can smiz, you know what I mean? I can smoke, you know, and do.
Smiz. That's I learned that word because of you. I never
Hey, man.
heard that
Oh,
really?
before. Yeah.
Pro's pro.
I got post-concussion, pre-concussion, prior concussion syndrome, whatever you want. I got it. But I do medical. Is all I do. You know what I mean? For
Yeah,
that.
yeah, no, of course,
don't
yeah, I
get
got
prescribed
CBD.
to
It's
do,
great.
but
It's
I
wonderful.
when
Me
you get
too, man.
around and the boys and everything, but you'd see things we talk and everything.
With Joe
do,
and
but
Jack, you were saying
I didn't get
that
to
night?
see him, but I saw him on TV. Oh, you work at ECW, right?
The fake one, yeah.
Yeah.
At least he's
Yeah,
honest
yeah.
about it.
Listen, I worked developmental trainer in 2000 in Memphis, all right? And I walked in there, and I'm going to tell you something. I'd been in the business 2020 years, Memphis. Steve Regal was head trainer, and he got in great shape. He'd had the drug problem when he was in Atlanta. Yeah, and he lost 40, 50 pounds. He was good friends with Hunter. And he told me, he said, I'm out of there probably 2 months. I was under him as a trainer, and I knew him, you know, and he's a great wrestler. And of course, Finley, you know what I mean? Damn, boy. Call him an old man. He beat your motherfucking ass.
So do you. Don't act like you don't do it.
But he's a bad motherfucker, man. You know, and all them guys, and they're good guys, you know, and they're solid. You work there, you deal with them. You know, he said, this is my last chance, mate. He said, I'm friends with Hunter. He wasn't called Triple H. You know what I mean? And dude, he said he's giving me one more chance. And boy, he certainly made it, didn't he?
Yeah.
But, and I that month I was around him, and I was like thankful. And you know who else they brought in? And he was going to take Steve's place. And you guys may know him is Robbie Brookside.
Yeah, of course.
Robbie
Yeah.
Brookside. And I knew him from. I'd worked with
he
him.
was a
I'd worked with
developmental
him.
trainer back
Yeah.
then? I didn't
I
know
worked,
Well,
I
they
worked
brought
with
him
Robbie
in.
in England.
Yeah.
Him and the Liverpool lads.
Yes,
Him and,
Frankie Sloan.
Frankie Sloan,
Great
Frankie
worker,
Sloan, yeah,
great.
yeah. Me and Hero worked him one
very
time
underrated,
for,
just like Robbie. Great Frankie. Yeah, you and Hero.
Dixon,
yes.
for Dixon, yeah.
That's
we did
it.
a Dixon tour.
Yeah.
Were you down there? Were you down there when Reckless Youth was down there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, guys,
Oh, and
y'all don't
Memphis,
even
yeah,
know
yeah.
how great
King of
he
the
was.
Independence, the original.
Yeah.
He was the man.
I
The
didn't-
only King of the Independence.
Bruce Pritchard
Do you know
loved
anything
him.
about
They
Rex
wanted him to. They wanted him to do a queer gimmick. He didn't want. I don't mean that's what happened. Some kind of queer gimmick. I don't mean that
For
bad.
who? For who?
For Vince. They wanted.
But who was the guy
Reckless
doing
Youth.
Reckless?
Bruce
Okay.
Pritchard had an idea, and it would have worked. And Reckless could make anything work. But he had some kind of gay gimmick type. You know what I mean? And for that, and he wasn't gay, and he didn't want to do it, and he gave his notice and finished out. And he didn't work in developmental territory, but everybody has a reason to do. I ain't saying it's right or wrong. I don't know how they, these vicious people. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but and that kind of thing. And Robbie didn't want to give up his. He didn't want to give up his Japan. and he didn't like the United States. Robbie didn't like it. He didn't like it. And that's how it was. But Steve was going up, and of course what he did, he was always cool with Austin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were close friends,
Yeah,
yeah.
very close, very close. And Hunter, you know what I mean? And they put him in the role in that, and so you're under him and that dude. And you know who was in there when I was there was Spanky.
Brian.
I
Yeah.
love that man.
Brian Kendrick.
CD was there, Daniels, right?
Who? Daniels.
Christopher Daniels, like that.
No, American Dragon was down there.
Oh no, Danielson.
Chris
Yeah.
was doing a lot of dark matches for WWE.
Okay.
He wasn't in developmental.
Oh.
He was still doing his Japan. And he had, you know,
Curry Man stuff.
whatever. All he was doing a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
I know
They worked
Reckless.
with him. They put him over, right? They put you over him in 2010 or 11 for Jason Kane. Was it Jason Kane or who was that? Was it Jason Kane?
In Evansville,
Yeah.
The bullshit Evansville, not the Coliseum.
You know more about his career than I know about yours.
I
can't believe you remember
Armory. I was on the
Yeah.
show. I was on the show
Yeah.
with him.
You got a great memory. That's wild.
Well,
Colonel
you knew
was
guys
his
that you
name on
knew
that.
that had it, you know,
Yeah.
and that you remember those things. You saw them get made, you
Yeah.
know, and stuff, and did, and I thought that was good for him.
I'm gonna tell my
Crimson didn't even know who he was, and I'm like, I said, Chuck, I said, hey, you were working Crimson. That was it. And then you come back.
That was another one. I worked CD1 and then I worked Crimson on that
You
other
worked Crimson
one.
on the first one.
Yeah.
TNA Crimsons?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he didn't know
Tom,
he's a good guy. He's good, but I don't think he really knew who you were. And
no one
I
knows
said,
that.
Chuck been working 10 years. You know what I mean? He was with Japan and all of that, and did. And I had something
one of
to
the
do
best
with it.
ever.
Hurt nobody.
Top 5. Easy.
College graduate.
College graduate, easy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, another
I'm sorry.
one of my favorite Tracy stories is you came out in Evansville and you had a cape and you had like a scepter. You had all these things. You had like so many things. And he goes on the mic. He goes, y'all know Chris Candido?
Yep.
He's no gimmicks needed. I'm Tracy Smothers. All gimmicks needed.
You're damn right.
You work it
And you know what? I need more on me.
Even
I
like
can't
those-
carry it.
I
It's
wanna
we're
let
in
him go.
fucking
I
New
wanna-
York. I can't
like
get on the
even
plane.
dinosaur-
Chains and stuff like that. You can't.
gets-
Lord.
So,
But
all gimmicks needed.
God bless
I love it so
Chris Candido.
Yeah,
I wish
no,
he
for
was
real,
still
yeah, God
around.
bless,
Boy,
yeah.
you was around him.
Yep, I was
yeah.
around all the time. We
Was you
spent.
ever around him?
I never got to hang out with him.
No,
man.
we
Oh,
spent
man, yeah,
me,
he should've
Bryce,
been. He was
Larry
fantastic.
Sweeney, Hero, and Claudio spent like a
God
whole.
bless Larry Sweeney.
Yep,
Yeah.
we
never
spent
had
we spent the whole week with Chris,
Yeah.
and then 2 weeks later he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking. I remember getting that phone call. Everybody, I was injured, so I stayed home. Everyone was going to Minnesota, and I got that phone call, and they're like, "Hey, Chris passed away," and it just broke everybody's heart.
I
Same
was
thing
in-
with Alex. I was asleep
That's
and
can we not bring that up?
my girlfriend called me and she was
Yeah.
like, or at the time my girlfriend is
Alex.
not anymore, but like she called me and she's like,
Alex.
Sweeney's.
Larry Sweeney.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's his real name, Alex?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Alex, yeah.
All right, I didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
People don't understand those things. Let me tell you something. They say that to me. They say, you limp, right? I'm delivering pizza here, okay? I said, it's all fake. He goes, my limp ain't fake. This, yeah, that, blah, 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 blah. This, that, do. Ask more questions. I'm like, damn, you know more about it than I do. You tell me you don't watch it and everything. They do that, don't they? They do that.
Oh
don't
no,
they?
yeah.
Yeah.
Another
And
thing-
they'll ask about like top guys. You work this guy. You work this guy. I like they just naming off who's who. Undertaker, Steve Austin. I go, yeah.
Yeah, I was.
They say you wrestled him. I go, yeah. They go, did you beat him? I go, no. and they go. Finally, they'll go 4 or 5 of them. That do. They go, why didn't you beat him? I go, well, if I beat him, I wouldn't be delivering you a pizza. I said, I'm on a show, a couple shows this weekend. I'm working during the week. I pay my taxes off of this. I don't get, you know what I mean? What the fuck, man? Guy asked me if Steve Austin could kick you hard. You know how you do him stomps and corner?
Yeah.
Steve's legs was tremendous. His cardio was, you know what I mean? And I was one of the first guys he did that stomp, and he was coming, man, you know? And you're taking, like, you know, the guy kicking you hard, is, you know, that's the leg strength. that
I
Steve
heard his comeback was
had.
rough. I heard his comeback was
punches,
kind of
right?
rough. Yeah.
That's what they say. His
Yeah.
comeback was stiff as fuck.
How about, there's a couple of things that a lot of us also learned from you was how to bust people's balls in the locker room. A lot of it, like, you would come up with things. One of them was that when a young guy was in the locker room, you would say, oh man, I'm a big fan of yours. I used to watch you on the black and white TV.
Yeah. I used to watch him when I was a kid.
Yeah, when I was a kid on the black and white
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
You remember that?
I watched you when I was a kid.
I think that what's going on is wrestling is on the biggest upswing it's ever been on, and it's going to go
big.
on and it's doing it. It's happening. Yeah. And what happened and did was what Cody and the Young Bucks, and Kenny and Jericho,
And Dustin and Greg. We're also in that company.
I know, but
we're probably the biggest part.
Then you wonder why I'm leaving
Probably
by
that's
January.
right?
Then you wonder why I'm leaving in
that
January.
is big in our business because that's hotter than a firecracker, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Think about it. Our business, you don't know if it's going to work, do you? You don't know if it's going to work.
No, not at all.
This guy's got twice the money of Vince.
Yeah.
Think about that. Wrap your head around that, man. That's a lot of money.
Oh, the
Right.
weirdest part, the emails they send us, like the company emails, the bottom part, like, has the Jacksonville Jaguars
Logo.
It's so fucking weird, right? Isn't that weird?
How many shows?
I don't even think I've seen it.
I see more.
You should look.
I see more all elite shirts on.
There's
with
a lot.
people.
Yeah.
A lot. You know, that tells you something.
For a company that's not even real yet.
Yeah. And put hats. Get hats.
Yeah.
Hats. Everybody hear me? You know what I mean? But that's good for our business. Look how it made the Ring of Honor. I watched it on the cell phone. It's just crazy. Y'all, I'm an old guy. You know, I'm watching Madison. I'm on. I can sitting there watching them going, I cannot believe that this is historic. Because y'all don't understand. Another company is running Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
not Vince. And it ain't Vince Sr.
I
You know
wanna
what I
be-
mean? And that's been since Vince
That's happening
Sr.
right now.
We're so fucking
Yeah.
bummed that we're not on that show.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
so bummed.
And now
The
Triple A's
situation
running
with
there.
what you're doing and
Yeah,
doing,
'cause we were
it's
New
business
Japan guys,
and
we were Ring of Honor guys,
They're
like-
doing New Japan versus Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? You know, and
I wanna be
and
watching that show right now.
It was a good. What a finish! Yeah. You need to watch the playback. Here's what they did, and I thought was very good, and it's good for our business because it made a guy, but you kept her on and that dude, and it kept everybody over and did the way they did it. It came down to Muda and Weiger, and they brought Haku back. You know who he is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
He's probably the baddest, toughest dude that's
Oh, no.
ever.
Any
Right.
stories with him?
Right.
Any stories
There's
with him?
nothing on this earth that can stop him.
He's the one. He's
When
a
he was in his
sweetheart.
prime and did, he knocked out 4 or 5 guys and never threw a punch.
Really?
Yeah. And there wasn't no jabroni guys; they were bouncers. Yeah. He's an animal.
I wanted to ask
Every
you
way that
about.
he knows how to kill you, he can do it.
I wanted to ask you about.
But
about
I mean, he's
Smoky
in
Mountain.
his prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's one of the nicest humans ever, and so are his kids.
You ever notice that the guys who are legit are like tough guys?
They got nothing
They
to
have nothing
prove.
to prove, so they're like the nicest guys in the world.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so polite.
Hey, Dr. Death Steve
tough,
Williams. You guys remember him?
Of course.
I
Yeah.
always said from '86 to '93, he was the baddest motherfucker that ever lived. Because he was in his prime. You know what I mean? And he was not a puncher and striker. He tore his Achilles heel in the first round. He was winning the fight when he got knocked out. In the first round, he was in the third round. You know, think about that, man. You know, and that happens, dude. But I remember. You guys remember Stan Hansen?
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
This
Yeah.
is an all Japan tour. Terry Gordy
Yeah.
had OD. Remember Terry Gordy?
course,
was
yeah.
fantastic. Was
Fabulous
out of this world.
Freebirds teamed up with Dr.
He
Death,
OD'd
yeah.
on the plane. He never got
We're
up.
all
He
we're
was
all
on a
fucking
plane?
wrestling nerds, man. You don't have to. We're all like weird.
This was
nerds,
before
like,
Tracy.
yeah.
We were watching this stuff before there was
Yeah.
YouTube. We were tape
You
trading.
don't have to ask if we know.
Yeah,
this,
and
but
also
we know all of
when
them.
we
We're
got
all
the
nerds.
Tracy, when we got the tapes, we had to make sure the tracking was good.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
let me tell you what, Terry Gordy, OD, Doc was stepping it up. Doc was Oklahoma. He's
Yeah,
from
strong,
Colorado.
strong, yeah.
Texas is Stan Hansen. And them Oklahoma, Texas guys really have a real rivalry. Even though they're cool and that dude, it's competitive and doing Stan Hansen. You guys know who that is?
Yeah.
Fuck. Bruiser Brody.
Of course.
Hey, I heard stories of guys talking about how they punked him or beat him up. They waited 10 years after he died. All right, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, they waited.
So I'll tell you that. I've been hit by that man. I've
Tracy,
been kicked by that
who
man.
hit
That
the
I heard.
hardest?
Huh?
Who hit the hardest?
The guy just said.
Bro,
Yeah. And number 2 be Stan Hansen.
Oh yeah.
And
Hanson seemed like he just killed people with that. Larry.
Haku,
was blind,
Haku
wasn't he?
Barbarian, those guys, all those guys. I mean, were just monsters. Yeah. Who would you say?
Hanson seemed like he just murdered guys with his clothes.
He did. He was blind as a bat. He just knocked her dick in the dirt.
digging the dirt.
He'd get off the bus and he would destroy about 50 Japs. And that was his workout. And they come feeding him. They get off the bus. It's the Mercs. and they love being knocked down their honor. And
Oh,
dude,
they love
he'd
it.
come off the
Yeah.
bus, he'd be at the front, and he'd go, watch his shit. And he'd go off the bus, and he'd just charge them like he comes in the ring and just roar.
They really do love it.
Just like going from bus to hotel.
Yes, getting off the bus, getting off the bus to the arena. I mean,
Okay,
the arena, the marks is what I mean. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. No, but
No, Trey,
You would witness it. I went through 2 tours of it. It was draws everybody. It gets everybody ready for the and just.
Yeah.
But he would, I swear to God, he'd get his frustrations out, and he'd get off there, and he would beat up 25 people. He'd walk, just stomp, he's going to the arena. He's got his bag in his hand, but he's stomping, kicking every son of a bitch, and tackling them inside.
Then
He moved the whole pile. And he loved it, and that was all. And he didn't work out, but he did a lot of squash and do. But boy, he was in ring shape like you wouldn't believe.
He didn't lift weights, right?
Dr. Death, no, he didn't lift weights. He did workout rubbers and that, but he did calisthenics and did Dr. Death and him in Osaka. You guys know Osaka,
Yeah.
Japan, big deal. All Japan. What a company, unbelievable.
Yeah,
93, they were on
my
fire,
favorite-
selling
my
out
favorite
everywhere.
company, yeah.
So, great workers, top to bottom. I was on that car, and you believe me. You're working. You're going harder than you ever gone. At the level. Y'all know what I mean. And that the best in the world. They were labeled. And I seen Stan in the finish. They do them long finishes and something like a 6-man or something. I was partners with him a lot with DiBiase and Stan,
Yeah.
son, and with Doc and Big Boss Man. He was a hell of a worker too. He's just off his run in New York.
For a big man, he moves great.
He was great. Well, Big Bubba. And Doc, it's something in the finish, and Stan coming for his clothesline, dude. Well, Doc in the finishes to power slam him, right? Stan comes shooting, like hitting him for a clothesline. He didn't do the gun go up and how to run over him. And he's gonna make Doc twisted his hips and power slammed him. I never seen him like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 300-pound guy.
giant man.
Yeah, and y'all picture that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And did it and then out of his and pinned it and hit it the way he did it, and then you believed it.
Yeah.
Because it was a shoot. Stan was legit trying to run. And you're like, wow. Well, that night we're in the hotel room, and the boys would hang out and do. Some guys would drink, some guys smoke, some do both. You know what I mean? you know how it is, right? And Johnny Ace, you guys remember? And I'll say John Laurinaitis. Yeah. Johnny didn't party, he didn't drink and anything. He was always office. He was, but he hair apparent. He kind of booked guys over for him. You know what I mean? And stuff. Miss Baba loved him. Anyway. Johnny stir shit, and Doc was pissed off, right? Doc's over here, he's drinking, he ain't talking, and he's going, yeah, good guy, great guy. And he's sitting, I'm to his right, and I hear Johnny goes, Spivey, and it was a tough guy, Dan Spivey, too, and he's with him and that dude, and Johnny goes, Doc, what happened on that power slam? He goes, well, man, he goes, he tried to run over me, and I just twisted my hips, and I got him. And he didn't. He just looked away. He didn't look to nobody. He just looked around, and it was just that long, like a Vietnam stare. Like at Vietnam. You know what I mean? Like, you want to know? I'm telling you. And then you hear this, and everybody kind of looking at each other. Then you hear he is chewing on a beer can. He has bit a beer can in half while he's drinking it. He's bit, and you hear it, and he's chewing on it, and he's just looking and put down, and then. It's Johnny or maybe Dan, I don't remember who it was that said this. And they go, well, Doc, this is your room. We're going to leave you alone. We're going to let you chill. You know what I mean? We're going to get away from, guy wants to be, and he didn't want to talk to nobody. He wasn't being uncool, and that dude, he was fucking mad. I mean, because he was taking over that top spot from Shan, you know what I mean? And Gordy was on the verge of it, and dude, Stan was hanging there. Stan was 44 years old.
Yeah.
And working at that level with Dr. Death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Still going,
Yeah. And he took that power slam. He took that and did. He worked the next.
Can't hear.
I think about
that's what I'm thinking.
how different it is. Like, we're at the Tokyo Dome Hotel doing New Japan, and we go play Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like had fun, like, oh, we're playing video games and drinking beer, and
Y'all
you guys
work New
like,
Japan a lot?
Yeah. Like,
how many
you
tours
guys-
y'all do together? I know y'all were going a lot. Right? You do a
together,
tour of
like,
Japan, you've done something,
5 to
guys.
10,
Y'all know what I'm
5
talking
to
about.
10, something like that.
You've done something. It's fucking hard. Yeah. They heard you
Those
around
tours are
Cal.
rough,
Yeah. You're on Subway, you don't you 9:30 beer at 9:20.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They don't
least-
fuck around.
at
They don't
least.
fuck around.
How many
10
tours
minutes
you
are.
I did 23. I did 4 for. I did 24. 23 to 25. Yeah, yeah. I did 4 for New
I have
Japan.
no idea how
I
many.
did 4 for New Japan in '88 to '90, and yeah, and
How long were they?
at least 3 weeks, 2 weeks at the most, or a month a lot of times. You know.
A month is rough.
Yes. Y'all don't understand.
And you didn't even have the internet, so that's just
No,
I couldn't even
no,
imagine.
no.
We could sit on a
Couldn't spell internet. Couldn't
Yeah.
spell cell phone in 1988.
we could sit on the
No.
bus and just look at our phone for 8 hours.
Yeah,
I don't. What
yeah.
would you do when you're like on the
We
traveling?
watch
around?
movies.
Oh,
We
okay.
watch movies on the bus. The guys would bring movies. All the boys would bring movies. Everybody tried to bring a lot of movies.
With the movies, because there was
And you
Japanese
just out of
boys.
courtesy, and with the Japanese bus and our bus.
Oh, you okay?
We had
Okay.
a separate bus, and we watched movies, and that was you'd be traveling on a
Gaijin
day
bus.
off, and on a day off you'd travel. A lot of times you would, and they let you drink on the bus, and that, and we'd stop and have, and doing everybody party. We'd be watching movies, and you're doing because they take care of you. They don't fuck up. You know what I mean? You know, don't fuck up because they don't play. You know the
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But New Japan was first top notch. Listen, you guys, the Muda. I watched him tonight. Oh, when Brody got killed, my first. I don't mean to dominate and talk the show.
Get the fuck out of here, Tracy.
This is not about me. This is not
Tracy,
about me.
talk.
This is our business. If people don't understand
Yeah,
that.
they don't.
1988. Well, here's where I was. 1988, my first tour ever for New Japan Pro Wrestling. You trained, worked your ass off. I was working Continental, but when the kayfabe sheet was getting hot, going and when they were getting inside stuff that you didn't know, I gave a proper 2-week notice. All right, that I wanted to come back. And was going to preparing to had a day or two to go, and the guy saw it on the internet and come up and told us. And we were going to give our you did 2 weeks and you want to heat your business that dude, and you do like, oh my God, it's in our business. In 1980, it's 30 years ago. Dave Meltzer. I hate that. Fuck you, Dave Meltzer, motherfucker. You made a ton of money out the boys, and I don't think he respects us like he should.
He's always
He
been nice to
does.
us.
Yeah, I know.
We actually
I know.
interviewed him on this show.
No, he's put me over to. I appreciate it. Dude. You made millions off us, and don't talk shit about nobody. Nobody. You listen. You know how hard it is for me to get my dumb ass up and get to that show and try to do the best I can and do, just not embarrass myself totally. I'll do yoga 35 times tonight before I go to the ring. Pray everything I get a hold of, whatever. Better sports through chemistry. I got a pain pill. I stuffed it out in my fucking bag for 2 matches. You know what I mean? And I got better sports through science. Apple, orange, banana. Orange before you go in the ring. Protein bar part of that. Do a little shot of something. You know what I mean? and get you going and to get caffeine in you and that and stretch and do to try to go with today's the way things are going today. Listen, y'all don't understand either, and you guys are getting older now and you feel it now. Like yesterday when I left my house, it's 75 degrees. Within 3 hours, I got off the plane. I hit the thing first through 35 degrees in wind, New York. I'm like, dang, I'm like on flip flops and everything else. I'm going on. Y'all ever had that happen? Well, you know what happens? Your body tightens up.
Yep.
Y'all know, and it's hard to get back.
The
It's
joints
that
hurt.
initial and everything when it hits you, right?
Yeah.
It's like a shock. It's almost like that's why people have heart attacks when the weather changes. And
What happened with Brody when you found out about it?
Bruiser Brody, we're outside working out, and I'm not name dropping, but these guys were bad motherfuckers, all of them on this crew, and they were all young, and they're still. You guys remember Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer?
Yes, sir.
He was a hell of a worker and a tough motherfucker. Call him an old man one time. Call him and he'd beat your motherfucking ass. Manny
So do
Fernandez,
you.
Fernandez, hell of a worker, can be a prick. But if you respect him, I do. I respect him, but he can be a prick. But everybody's different. You know how it is. He's got faults. Call me. That's okay. Cool. Ain't nothing new in 30 years. But that's cool. I respect him. But great worker. And Scott Hall.
Young Scott Hall, right?
Young Scott Hall. 1988 Scott Hall.
Yeah, where he was looking like Magnum.
Yeah, we're all working out outside. Sakaguchi, he was a big motherfucker. He was president. He was judo. He's like 6'7", big Jap. And you look him up. He used to work with him, and I think he's dead now. But when you guys work, but he was a bad dude. He come out and Brody beat him up. In the ring. Brody teared the whole fucking building down.
Yeah, didn't Brody change finishes too on people? when he was
Yeah,
in there?
yeah. Well, anyway, Sakaguchi come in the dressing room and told us, says, Bruiser Brody got killed last night. And grinned. He just looked at us. and just sort of did it like that. And just say that. And and you're like, wow.
Did you know him well?
Not well, but I knew him enough to know. You know, I worked around in 3 days on 3 shows. He brought him in to work the original Sheik in Florida. Kevin Sullivan's book in Miami, Florida. They tore up the whole fucking building.
Right.
Bruiser Brody turned over one of them concession stands on wheels.
Yeah.
On wheels. You ever see how big them things are?
Yeah, of course.
He tried to during the match. They never got in the ring. Him, Sheik tore the whole thing. Everything wasn't going in there. They tore the whole fucking. They never got in the ring.
They got murdered, man. They
Just fought all the building. People did, and they brawled and did, and he turned over. He tried to during it, he couldn't get it. And that third time he got it, man. He didn't get it till he got it, and turned over a fucking concession stand. Stevie, my old partner, he told me, he said, you got to go in the stands with me and hit. You know, then you can go watch this. He goes, they're going to tear the whole fucking building. And Stevie, and Bob Armstrong, his father, and Steve, you know, and Brody were tight. You know what I mean? You know, and they called him Frank. You know what I mean? And he's a real kind, good guy. He loved his. He was scared of his wife.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. And Brody, he turned the fucking concession stand over. Well, you ever see it? Them things are big, man. And that's hard. He's 6'8". He was 325 pounds, and he couldn't spell steroid. He did 1,000 squats. and he beat Inoki in the squat challenge, and they don't make them like that no more.
No, and did he eat nothing but tuna and like apples on the road?
Yeah.
Really?
And he drank a ton of water. He didn't lift weights either. He did 1,000 squats a day. He did push-ups Sunday.
Was he a partier at all or no?
No.
I heard he wasn't. Yeah, that's what I
No,
heard.
he was very dedicated. Loved his wife. He's scared. His wife was mean. She's still alive. God bless her, man.
She's so mean, God bless her.
Yeah,
To deal with him, I guess you have to be mean, huh?
You couldn't believe it. They said when he come in the shower, Jose put a butcher knife all the way through him. He laid on the floor for 90 minutes before ambulance.
And ambulance got there. Yeah, you heard that
He's
story. Yeah.
talking, always thinking about his family and his wife, and he's trying to literally lay there and he's dying and nothing's being done. And he lived and didn't die. It took 2 hours till he got to the hospital. Can you imagine the pain?
But he
of that? I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, you're just like, people
Thinking
don't
about your family,
understand.
too. That's the hardest part.
I was there when Vader hit that guy and slapped him over there.
Oh,
He
now,
stayed
was
10
it
days.
Iraq or something? Was
And
it
it was in
Iraq?
Kuwait.
Kuwait.
Yeah.
Oh, Vader he got arrested.
I was there. I worked with him the night before. I know I go subject to but he had food poisoning.
Yeah, Tracy, do what you
He
want,
had food
Tracy.
poisoning, right? And we had a short match and do a little competitive, and then beat me quick and that and do. Somebody tripped him. He was coming back from the ring. He went through the whole crowd. Next day he was going off. He had food poisoning. He had worked. We did a short match. You know what I mean? So he went berserk and tore up the whole build. You know, everything. And the next day the foreign people that set it up, he was going off on them. All the boys come down to eat breakfast at the buffet, and then they're taking us to the military base to work out in the gym. And you know how it is, and the guys were going to be there, and you weren't expecting it, and he was going off, and that happened. We didn't know it. Come on, like Good Morning Kuwait, Undertaker and him. Undertaker just coming from South Africa the night before, so he don't know his name. You know what I mean? He's sitting there, and he said, faking. Taker's just sitting there and just going, he ain't believing it, you know what I mean? And Leon gets up and he says, after I kick his, I'm kick yours, the worst thing. And he slapped the guy, knocked him out of his chair. He cussed. He cussed. And
that was the big deal?
That was the big deal. Not even hitting the guy was cussing. Yeah.
Hitting the guy was bad, but cussing
was worse in there.
And they're
in English too, huh?
Muslim, yeah. And they tried to get him to drop it, the guy that ran, the president, wherever he is, whatever his title's called. They tried to get him to drop it, and he wouldn't drop it because it drew ratings for him. And that it did, and this is true. And so they come to get Leon, and we were all on the. We'd worked out, and they told us out at the base what had happened. The soldiers did, and they said he shouldn't have done that. And they told us about the cousin, and worse than anything he did. Said your friend's not going to be getting out of here for a while. And they told us like what? And he was still he missed his workout. He didn't go out to the base and work out with them guys. And we was like, oh, and they kind of were upset at us because we weren't real friendly. Everybody was like, whoa. When you're doing, you know how it is, you're the boys, you're going with each other.
Yeah.
Nothing against them. And they took it, and I told them that. And we got back, and they told us, we were up on the, laying out in the sun. You guys remember Davey Boy Smith?
Of course, yeah.
He Davey Boy comes down, and he goes like this, right? He goes, guys, with his voice, you know, he goes, guys, you ain't gonna fucking believe it. He said the Delta Force guys had Vader, and he said four guys come from the embassy and went right through them and took him. Said he's going with us. And they have, you know, you're in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
We flew into there, and they got fucking tanks, and they got helicopters, they got everything that do. You get that royal, we got the red carpet treatment. We can bring liquor over, you know what I mean? Because you can't bring it over there.
Oh yeah.
No women on the tour. They all covered up and did. We hung out at a chic lady's house, an American lady. But yeah, he was in trouble. We lifted off there, dude. You're glad to get the fuck out of there. You know, we it wasn't ribbing and hating on him because he was crying. He didn't want to leave. He was drinking. He was on house arrest at the hotel.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard about crazy fights at ECW too.
And he, when we took off, and it said, "What time is it?" Everybody went, "Vader time." And everybody, but it wasn't to rib him. It was to like, God bless you, man. You know what I mean? You know, because motherfucker, we're glad to go home to our family right now. He had to stay 10 days in Ramadan where they didn't get to eat no meat. And then he brought him back and put him with Shamrock. And put him with Shamrock when Shamrock was one of the baddest motherfuckers in the world in '97. And right away.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, there was a story about the ECW.
God bless him.
Yeah, about fighting. The ECW story where you were out there fighting some guys outside of the arena, and Sabu was on his. He hates flying, so he was in what do you call those things? Like a long bus? No, a Winnebago.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And he jumped. Is it
classic
true
long
that
bus.
he jumped off it onto the people, or is that just a rumor? Because I remember hearing stories about you
I ain't
guys
saying it
fighting.
didn't happen. I can remember one that happened outside of the arena, and I blacked out. I don't remember. All I saw was Big Dick Dudley.
Oh,
You guys
God.
remember him?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. He was Italian. He was one of the boys, and he come see you as a bad day. You know what I mean? You know, and he was everybody. He'd been in prison for involuntary manslaughter. And the only one he's scared of was his wife. Honestly, big tall girl, she crazy, mean
Another
karate,
one.
you know, he a little kid, you know, and that dude. But Big Dick, all I saw was him fighting guys, and then I saw Scorpio. You guys remember Scorpio?
Of course, yeah.
Too Cold Scorpio
Too Cold.
was fucking people up, man. And so was Big Dick. So I just went in on it, and I don't remember what happened, and I don't. I can just remember fighting for my life because when people in this
my
lights
God.
on you, and it wasn't even people with the arena; it was people outside the arena. It was something else going on out there. Somebody said something about Candido's girl, Sonny, and she's a smart ass and starts fights, and she smarted off to him. She just that's Tammy. You know what I mean? She's gonna do that. That's her deal. You know that, right? She's gonna start shit. And Chris, all he did was cover her up, and they went after her, and that did. So there was aggressive come on her, and Sabu come off of that, and right there, and asked and dove on them, all of them, dove on them, right there. Sabu's the one was outside that happened to be Smith, you know what I mean, out there. And his wife was Japanese, and he there and did, and they come in and said fight outside, and you just went outside, and all I looked to my left, and I saw Big Dick over by like a tractor trailer or something, and he was fighting about 10 people. And I saw Scorpio just knocking motherfuckers out. It looked like Rock'em Sock'em robots. You ever see that, man? And I just like, they're the boys, they're your brothers, and I just went with them. And all I can remember just fighting, and I don't remember what happened. I can remember looking up, and I said, looked at Scorp, and I said, you guys okay? And Big Dick, well, he was just destroying shit, man. He was a power lifter and he's a fighter. He boxed. He's just throwing. He was a bouncer always. He's always been something collect. You know what I mean? I mean, he was and just a tough guy. I've been in prison, and I just looked to see you guys okay? Yeah. And they looked at me and said, "We's right with you," and I went, fuck. I wouldn't go that far because y'all were destroying people, you know. And you took, and I remember watching New Jack and Pitbull Anthony, God rest his soul, you know, fight in the dressing room built for a while. I was real tired in Queens. It's in this area right here. It's a fight. The building ECW used to run for Queens.
Elks Lodge.
Whatever that. Yes, that's a great building. God,
Yeah,
we didn't run that.
I remember going there.
We
as a
didn't run
kid,
that.
yeah.
Is it still there?
No, it's done. It's done.
There's no more wrestling.
There's a building next door.
It's a building next door that they
What
call
a building
it.
for wrestling.
Oh, beautiful! It was great. You used to go too, right?
I go all the time.
Yeah, back in the day, me and Jim
Yeah.
used to go all the time to those
Yeah,
shows.
good building for wrestling.
Great building, man.
Well,
Eddie Kingston got kicked out of that building. True story.
Yeah, I did. I got kicked out of that building for being
I want to
drunk.
hear this story.
Oh no, it's fucking phenomenal. Tell him.
It was
me how you got
Douglas.
kicked
It was
New
Douglas.
Jack, New Jack,
Trust me,
and
don't give a fuck
Anthony.
about me. Trust me, I don't give a fuck about me. I want to hear your story, Tracy. Please.
New Jack.
I'm like a little kid
You
right now.
divert this.
I work with New Jack in Smoky Mountain. He's crazy. I was fucking mind, man. But he's not a bad dude, and it's a lot of you do. He's done stuff and do disrespectful. He
were
can
you
be
there?
that way. I know what happened.
promo.
Something happened with you
With Joe?
Yeah, and I know all that. But anyway, him and Anthony had heat. And Anthony and him, I got popped on something, on some drug thing, and they were only doing the workouts with us, and Paul's still paying them. And they had been building for, you guys remember Rick Rude?
Of course.
Yeah. Rick Rude was well, a lot, some of you would be surprised, I'm around wrestling people at least, a lot of times you don't know,
Yeah.
But anyway, Rick was
Ric Flair.
not, he wasn't in the, like he was, and Rick wasn't in on it, and it had nothing to do with it. It's between them, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Old beef, and they got in a fight. And in the dressing room in Elks Lodge, in the dressing room, and I'm tired, wore out. I flew into Newark, took 2 hours to go 15 miles.
Yeah, 'cause
you know what
gotta
I mean?
go to
And
Queens.
I'm wore out, tired. You're going on the road for 3 days,
Yeah.
and I've been doing independence around it. And I was like, I'm too tired to break them up. Well, Bubba and Devon broke them up, and Dreamer, and they did because Devon and Bubba had to work with them that night.
Oh shit.
And
yeah.
Anthony wasn't working. And it was just heated, some stuff said, and they got in a fight and did, and finally we all did, and it took the whole dressing room to break them up. Next night, we're in the arena. Mark circle punched Mikey Whipwreck.
What?
So Mark circle punched Mikey
dare
Whipwreck, and he was so well respected and well liked, and
And liked,
Mikey's
yeah.
gimmick and over. And everything and did. And when he did that, the whole dressing room hit. And the first two guys beating the fuck out of people was Anthony and New Jack.
Together.
I stood up on the arena house tower and said, Tommy, look at that. Motherfuckers tried to kill each other for an hour last night, all night. And then I took the whole dressing room and break them up. Look at them now. They're fighting
Yeah,
side by side.
defending Mikey, right?
Yeah, defending the Mikey.
One of the boys, defending the
They had
boys, yeah.
frustration, and they beat they cleared a path.
If I wasn't
And
around, I would have just died back then.
Yeah, you would
the
get
toughest,
I'm a
the
pussy.
toughest person or people in ECW was the Atlas Security.
Yes. They threw me out a couple
still
times.
around.
They're
with their
still
mullets.
around.
They're still
Actually,
around with their
that's
mullets.
No. We'll get to that story next time.
They're
We'll
with
let
us.
St. J go.
When we're there and it's after party, go to a bar.
Of
Atlas
course.
Security went. They punked the owners. They punked the bouncers. They
What
ran
did
the
they do
place.
now? What did they
You
do
didn't have
now?
to
Still
worry.
do it now.
They don't. You didn't. There's a lot of them too. And them guys ain't no joke.
No.
And them guys ain't. Some of them are ex-pro football players. Some
Yep.
ex whatever
Big
they
boys.
do. They have good jobs, families, everything do. But some of them Italian, some of them brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some of them are Hispanic. And they're some bad boys, is what they were.
I want to tell one more.
Ooh, boy.
I don't want to get.
Sorry,
I don't want to
I
get
don't
too inside baseball here, but I want to tell one more Tracy story. We used to work in Evansville,
Yeah.
and Tracy would ask me. We worked for 4 weeks in a row, every Wednesday for a month, and Tracy would ask me, Chuck, you do a 619? I go, no. He goes, okay, I'll do it.
I used to do it.
Somebody had to do a 619.
Had to, yeah.
But if I didn't do it, he had to do
I
it.
was around Rey Mysterio when he was 16, way before he's ever. He's this little kid, and he could do everything. And you watch him in '89 and '90. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not named. I'm just telling you. And you say,
Tracy,
look,
keep going.
you don't realize it's him. Like Pac, Neville. I thought he was. I didn't know who it was. And he's bigger than he'd ever been. I knew him when he was Pac in Europe, in England.
Dude,
It's 05, 06, yeah.
Did you
He got a lot
619?
bigger. I was like, damn. Sheamus, I was partners with a lot in Europe and United Kingdom. And another guy I worked with a lot was Drew McIntyre. He's
Yeah.
a beast,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
great.
Robbie Brookside, I worked with him. God, man.
Oh yeah.
He's a machine. Robbie didn't want to give up his his Japan to do a developmental deal there, and he didn't really like the States, so he stayed what he was doing and did. And but K-Quick, Raw Truth was in there.
Ron Killings,
You
yeah.
guys remember?
I love you
You
calling
guys
him
remember
K-Quick.
Mean Street Posse?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Joey Abs, he was a beast, man. I'm like, what the fuck you doing here? But something happened, and he got sent down, and they really did to him kind of help the change friends to learn how to work. You know what I mean? Joey was just great, and I think something happened, and he might have got caught passed out. You know what I mean? He got a little heat on him. You know how it is. And they was punishing, but they wanted him to help them too. And Joey was just great. And Daniel Bryan,
American Dragon.
He was American. He was
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson. And American Dragon, Spanky.
Yep.
And was a fiery guy, fight anybody. He didn't give a fuck, man. Lance Cade was, he didn't. He still don't, I'm sure he don't. I love you, Spanky. But
Spanky had a temper, man. He
Yeah.
really
Still does,
did.
man.
Still does, right? Yeah.
hell of a worker.
He's a scary fucker.
Lance
man.
Cade, you guys remember him?
Yes,
He was
yeah,
a
rest
great
in
worker.
peace, yeah.
I was partners with him. Bayfit did that, were turned on him, did. Young Barry Windham type. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
You
was
guys
tall.
remember
Yeah,
Yeah.
big, jacked
him?
up.
Yeah.
We good?
Were you there when New Jack went off about O.J. Simpson? They were
Yeah.
smart mark.
That's smart.
Can you tell us that story about what happened when he said, O.J., thanks a lot, there's two less of them?
Yeah. Here, first day the gangsters worked for Smoky Mountain. It was somewhere, if I had a map, I could tell you the name of the town, but it's right on the border of, check it out, of 4 states this town is. So you're talking about corruption. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, on state lines, all right? This is North Carolina, South Carolina, West Virginia, and Virginia. And maybe even Tennessee in there. I'm not sure. But all I know is we already went there and did, and all the officers are Klan. All right, and every one of them. So Jimmy Cornette, you know, it's of course Jimmy's deal and everything it is. And gangsters coming in that you knew of them, and they worked Memphis a little and all that, and the brothers, you know what I mean? They brought all their boys from Atlanta, like 20 of them, that were not wrestlers, that were the boys, and they had them all come around the ring and stood around the ring, and they had their match who they worked with, got a win and everything did, and they went to the interview thing, and that just happened with OJ. And it went, this southern dude, y'all got to deal with me, this, you know, the whole 9 yards. I'll take a charge.
There you go.
Fuck everything.
Hell yeah.
But this was their first interview, and you're me, right? And
This is on the network. This is on the WWE network.
yeah. Listen. Man. I'm in the dress. Y'all don't understand it behind the
watched
scenes.
it.
Jimmy, rock and roll, right? Rock and roll drew with everybody, and rock and roll looked, and Ricky and Robert both go, oh, we want to work with them. We can draw money with them. I said, guys, we're gonna get killed. You know, I was in the back. I said, we're gonna get killed. What we're gonna do? I said, y'all don't even know. I said, I done talked to the cop. I said, he's Klan all the way. And I said, the other 3 officers are with him too. And there's what do they call them when they're part-time? What is it? What's it called? What's the word?
Part-time racist?
No, part-time cop. Constable.
Oh, I never heard that.
And he said, we got 5 constables and like that dude, and we got other boys we can call, and that, and he was not happy at all.
All the police were Klansmen?
Yeah. Around
He cut that interview, and he said all that. You're going to deal with me. And he said at the end, it's exactly what he said. New Jack said, and he said this. And he said, hey, he goes, oh, shout out to OJ. He goes, that's 2 of them we ain't got to worry about.
My favorite promo of all time. I fucking love that promo.
You're me. The cop wasn't happy that the brothers
That's
were
2
all
we don't have to
there.
worry about.
And they got in free,
yeah.
and they're getting money off of the gate. They're getting their money, the city. They're getting paid to be there. Them cops, and there was 3 cops, and there was 5 constables on call if something happened to do, and they were gonna come down there with guns blazing. All right, because they got all them guys there and New Jack said that, and that's when Ricky said that, and then I said, we're gonna get killed. Is what we're gonna do. I said, the cops are all Klan guys. What the fuck, man? What are you doing, Jimmy? What the hell? You know, I said, man, and Jimmy just laughing. You know,
Cornette's laughing the whole time.
They're laughing. I'm going out there baby facing, talking to them, dude. I don't want, because them boys ain't gonna back down, and they're all got guns on them. All right, they're actually the cops were outmanned. Them boys were bad boys. They weren't no joke. And he cut that interview, and you drew money, but
Whose idea was it to have them line the ring? All the dudes. They said, we're just gonna do
I don't
this.
know. I guess Jimmy. I got the okay with Jimmy. Jimmy.
That was also during during the time of wasn't that during the riot? Oh, it was like 2-3 years after the LA riots.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
He's right. He's right on the money.
Yeah.
But with the fella the cops beat up.
You ever see that
King.
Rodney King. Rodney King.
I've heard
It
you
wasn't
guys
long
say
after that.
Awesome.
All right. So you're there and you're just like, whoa, man. And you're me, and they didn't talk to me. And those guys don't know. And I'm not into that. It's a gimmick. I'm actually Indian. They say it to me now. Yeah, man. Hey, I've had motherfuckers come up with a rebel gimmick. You kidding me? You know where I'm at? I'm in New York City, you know what I mean? You know, and there's all walks of life. Y'all don't understand. It ain't just the brothers don't like it, and it's just a gimmick. I don't portray it like that, dude. Middle East people don't like it either.
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand because they look at racial. Because there's different kinds of racism, and they think you're doing that and do. Hey, I've had them. They used to call me when the guy. All right, when. Y'all, I got a buzz. I'm sorry.
Number 1, Tracy Smothers. Tracy,
son of a bitch. I'm sorry.
Tracy, can I tell you something real quick? You never have to say sorry for anything in your life, brother. Go ahead, right as that camera.
I got to get up at 5 in the morning. I got to get my dogs out, right? And I got to do their business, and dude, I got to get my workout in.
3 hours.
I got
Someone
my
get
workout.
Tracy water, let him relax a little bit.
Hey, I got my workout. Hopefully the battle rolls on late.
It is. You're fine. I know for a fact this is.
Chuck, you do a crossbody? Not really. I can, I guess. give me a crossbody. We did that 4 weeks in a row.
But we're out of nowhere. We're doing something.
I got
We did the same match a month straight.
Where was I at?
Yeah, get in there. Orange Cassidy popping in. I'm gonna
Popping in, Big Cat.
Where was I at?
Tracy, let me ask you.
Where was I?
Let me
Where was
ask
I
you.
with the story?
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
So, did you team with the Undertaker?
Yeah.
Okay, and you wrestled New Jack and
Yeah.
Mustafa, and
Yeah. Bob
Oh, wow,
Arn-
yeah.
Yeah. What was the story I was telling? I was about to finish.
No. But like I forget. I really have to ask you this because it's burning a hole in my body right now to ask you this question. So you wrestled Undertaker and you wrestled New Jack,
I
and
need to know everything about this.
yeah, everyone wants to like. How was it?
Undertaker, when he got there, and he was wore out, tired, and working every night.
Was he like super big at this time?
Yeah.
Yeah, big top guy.
Yeah.
95. Oh, so
Yeah.
he's top guy.
Yeah. And Jimmy was working with him in creative and running Smoky Mountain, so they had a working agreement, and he knew to build to that show, and there's a story to that, and it involves the gangsters. And this is no lie. We was in some town, I won't say, somewhere in Virginia, and they did some stuff to get a lot of heat on the gangsters. And you remember Boo Bradley, Balls Mahoney?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
God rest his soul. Well, we did a thing where the New Jack and them and the gangsters, D-Lo, and balls were tight, and Mustafa and New Jack, and everything, and it was a good gimmick. And you're going with it, you're building to be Undertaker in 3 weeks of TV tapings. First one beat Balls Mahoney down. The second one, was somebody else they did that beat somebody down real good heat, and before we could do the last one, it was going to be me and Jack working a single match, New Jack working a single match, and them getting the win on me with them out there, both out there, and then Jimmy involved, and they covered Jimmy with the rebel with the Malcolm X flag.
Ooh.
They didn't want to cover me because the race,
Right, sure.
you're going to be anyway, but
Right.
they wanted to make that
In Tennessee.
Right.
It was in Virginia.
Virginia?
It was in Virginia. So they had me work New Jack in a single match.
Yeah.
And them go over on me. They got heat on them boys for.
Could he work?
Well, yeah, he was all right. He could then.
New Jack.
Yeah, but but he listened to you and do what I mean.
Sure.
There'll be a lot, more,
But like he was over like.
Yeah, he'd listen. If he worked with you, he'd tell you to call it ring.
Yeah.
He'd work with you. You know what I mean? He thought, But anyway, in '95, in that dude, we went out and had a good and match went good. He was over, and that dude, they screwed me, and that dude beat me down. However they did. And then Jimmy got involved. They covered him with a flag, and all that's to bring Undertaker in. Well, before that, they did that thing to Balls, and I think that's when he was pushing Ball. He was Boo Bradley a little bit, you know what I mean, with the kids a lot.
Yeah.
And they got really, and he was over, and he's a good worker, and Boo could sell, he got it over. And after that, the cops come in the dressing room, and New Jack and Mustafa in the back, and D-Lo, and they don't know what's going to happen. They're ready for anything, dude, and I intercepted them. And that dude, I knew where they were going with it. Because we were building the racial thing, and they were, we were somewhere around Grundy, Virginia. All right, I'll just say that. That's all I got to say, right? Yeah. And I went and I said, hey, I said, can I talk to you before you do anything? That dude, I took him in the room. I said, this is 3 weeks of TV tape. I just smartened him up. You didn't do that back then. I said, it's 1995. I said, this is 3 weeks of TV tapings. I said, everything we're gearing toward is big shows in Pikeville, Kentucky, Johnson City, and Knoxville.
Knoxville was the big one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, every month?
Yeah. Pikeville was the biggest show once a year, Bluegrass Brawl. And
Yes,
bring Undertaker in. And off WWF, they'd never done that before. You know what I mean? And they had a working relationship and did. And that, I said, if you arrest them and we can't do what we're fixing to do. I told them exactly what we're going to do. I said, they're going to leave me laying. I said, so don't get pissed off and that and do. They're going to cover Jimmy with the Malcolm X flag to bring Undertaker in. The dead man. We're bringing a dead man in. You know what I mean? The Bluegrass Brawl, 3 days we had Undertaker. I said, if we can't do this, I said, we will go out of business and we will shut down. I just told you, y'all know what I'm talking about. Small territory, and we got a lot invested in this. And Vince, Taker had took off already on their schedule, and Vince, you know what I mean. It was costing Vince.
Yeah.
He was drawing money. You know what I mean, and to get him and you're gonna cancel him now. So we're gonna have him off on a Saturday night. Think about that a minute, right? And if they shut it down, it ain't gonna happen.
That's it. The
It ain't gonna
company goes
happen.
on.
And I knew it. And I said, if we do that, dude, I said, we're affiliated with Vince. I said, this. I just told them like that, dude. And they went, WWF, like that, right? And I'm not being like that. They goes, yeah, all right. And he goes, well, get that done. Get him out of here. We don't have that around here. And I said, it's right, dude. And here's what he said. And I remember that. And I remember saying right there, and I just smiled. I said, I'm just, and that, because Jimmy was going off, the gangsters were going off, and everything was going to be a bad scene. We were all going to go to jail. Yeah. You guys remember the Harris twins?
Yeah, the big, bikers, yeah.
They'll beat your, they're two Bruiser Brodies, boy. Boy, let me tell you what, the riot in Wise, Virginia, the bodies were working, Heavenly Bodies were working, Jimmy Del Rey and Tom Pritchard were working the Harris twins. Well, some big boy got in the mouthing with Cornette at ringside. He was a security football player for the college. And Jimmy and him had words. And they did some kind of spot where Del Rey got reversed and forearmed him. Hit the security guard. I didn't see this, right? So not good, right? So I worked Candido. I just come back from Japan. One of the first times I worked and had a horrible match. And, and I did. I wasn't on because I was jet lagged. I just got playing night before. And I tried and do. And I was, what it was we went over and Chris, I just followed what he wanted to do. And I couldn't, going over it and in the ring, I couldn't, you know what I mean? How your body,
Yes.
and I was tired, it was one off night, but that was going on, and my mind wasn't on because I knew that was going to be bad trouble. Right? And they told me what happened at intermission. I remember that, and my head ain't in it, and all that, and you're thinking like motherfucker, like the whole football team's going to be coming. And sure enough, by the main event of Battle Royal, I'm in there with Killer Coward, big black guy, he's a tough guy, and he's a good worker you never hear about. And I said, man, we're over, like that joke, because I heard something, the reaction of the people, and they go, fight in the hallway, and I looked, and I saw the brute. Del Rey, when he come back from the Battle Royal, all of them were up in the stands, and Del Rey worked it and healed at them and did, and they all come kind of after him and did, and Del Rey shot in the dressing room, and when he did, the Hill dressing room, the Harris twins come out. And met them head on and stomped those motherfuckers ass, boy. I mean, just walk over from here to that door. I swear to God. Ron Harris beat up a guy for 50 yards. I mean, he beat the fuck and I was trying to back them up, and dude, they didn't need no help. Nobody was wanting me or nothing. It was looked like a bunch of hyenas with two male lions.
Yeah.
And they were holding them off, and then they stomped people. We got Ricky Morton had already got a warrant and had to turn himself in and go to jail after that because 2 weeks before the Moondogs and the Rock and Roll Express in Appalachia or something, Virginia, not Appalachia, somewhere like that. And it's close to that. I had a map I can show you. I remember it. Well, Moondogs, so a mark comes up and hit Larry Latham, Moondog spot. You guys remember him?
Yep.
He's crazy, man. And Larry like looked at him and grabbed him, headbutted him, dropped that motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? Dropped that motherfucker. I mean, dropped him. I saw it. Right there. And Ricky spun and hit a guy right in the teeth and knocked his teeth out. Ricky was a scared fighter, and I saw that. And then I went and they broke it up and they did all that. And that happened the week before. All right. So Ricky had a warrant on him already. Then we got to run a riot. And we had to get police escort out of the county. The Harris twins stomped people's ass. He was running. He looked like he's calling RoboCop, and he's called Ron Harris. His eyes were that big, man. You know what I mean? I was just nobody's coming after me, and I didn't punch nobody. Nobody punched. I was watching them, but they didn't want no part of them. They were just two romping, stomping motherfuckers, man. Yeah.
What was your favorite match in Smoky Mountains?
Anything with Chris Candido.
Anything with Chris?
You're gonna make me cry.
No.
King, wait.
Yeah, that's all right.
Wait, we gotta. This is the end of it.
Oh wow!
Sorry, man. We're done.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, we have to.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what, Tracy?
No, I would listen. I would listen to this motherfucker all night.
All
man.
night.
My question, you asshole.
Yeah.
God bless you. We love you. Thank you so much, Greg. Send him home.
That's it. You just did. Thanks, Tracy.
Hey, I enjoyed it, and I'm sorry to talk a lot.
Don't you ever be sorry,
This
Tracy.
was about you talking.
You remember things in your lives, and last, and I'm shutting it down. Okay. Bruiser Brody. Okay.
There you go.
This is no lie.
Son.
He worked Chic that night. Turned over. I said that. Turned over that. He did all that. I can't remember who was at the next night. He tore everything up to tear too, and he always would. He'd punk the promoters. If he thought he drew and do, he'd go up and do. You're gonna give me more money. See, just simple as that. And they kind of knew it, and they would, and take care of him. And he wasn't nobody you want to fuck with. He had that long, far away Vietnam look. Cool guy, man. He'd been there. Big.
He was actually in Vietnam? Was he actually in Vietnam?
Was he what?
Was he in Vietnam, Bruiser?
No.
But he just
He
had
had
the
that
look.
Vietnam look.
Okay,
No.
He had the look.
No.
I get the look.
If he did, we'd have won the war.
That's the go home right there. That's the go home.
Wait a minute.
I would love to hear
Wait a
you
minute,
say
wait a
it, but I think that's the go home on
Listen,
the tapes.
he hit me. He said to me, he's doing a riot with Kevin Sullivan on the Wednesday night town. They run every week in Tampa. We do the thing, or Tuesday night it was. Yeah. Anyway, and we do TV Wednesday morning. Anyway, he says, watch the forearm. In a pull apart with Kevin Sullivan up in the stands. He hit me in the back with with forearm, but it's got 6'8", he's 325, and he's coming, hit me hard as he can hit me. And I went down and dead, and I just went numb. And then he said, watch the boot. And he punted me. I'm left footed. He punted me, and I'm on my fours on the bleachers, and we're 3/4 way up the bleachers. And he kicked me so hard, I almost did like a damn crossbody. And I'm landing on the bleachers, and I'm hitting and rolling and dead. I did a cactus jack bump down, and I wasn't trying to. I was beat up. It's 1987, and I'll never forget it. And I didn't even feel them damn steps because he hit me with that, and he kicked me and did, and I thought, hey, I hope to God I never get hit like that again. And I was in the ring with 3 different bears, so that doesn't.
That's the end. No, that's the end. That's got to be the end.
I was.
I was in the ring with 3 different bears.
I got to get here. I've gone too long on this, and dude, I can't wait to get in the ring. I just want to raise hell and have fun, man. I just like, let it ride.